customer needs to understand that there's two different markets that we're in. And once we know which market you're in, then we can set the expectations for how it's going to work in the home. So number one and number two and number one. Number one and two and one are interchangeable. Now, I always start this conversation off with the customer to ask them first and foremost, who is their utility provider? Are they in a deregulated market? Are they in a regulated market? Because based on what market they're in determines what you can get. If you're in a deregulated market, then that means you're dealing with two companies. You're dealing with the provider, which in your case is going to be AEP or Encore, and then there's a middle person. If you're in a regulated market, which would be a co-op, which I give the example in your area, it's going to be Magic Valley, Nueces Co-op. They're a little bit more, I guess you say, more monopoly oriented for the customer. So based on what they charge the customer price per kilowatt is going to determine how you set your rates as far as solar. It should be even, should never be more. So as far as how we determine what the system's going to cost and how solar works in the home, it's always going to start with the point of origin. Customer needs to understand that there's two different markets that we're in. And once we know which market you're in, then we can set the expectations for how it's going to work in the home. That's a technical question, but basically we need to figure out who your utility provider is first before we have that conversation.